giving away this Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul to one of you. How to enter? Subscribe to Play and Trade Guitars on YouTube, and we'll give it away when we hit 50,000 subscribers. Hey, for Play and Trade Guitars, I'm John, that's Zach behind the camera, and this is Play and Trade Guitars, where of course we play it and trade it. I'm bringing you another buyer's guide today focusing on Paul Reed Smith, an American guitar company founded in 1985 on some incredible passion, ideas, and enthusiasm from the man himself, Paul Reed Smith. Now let's talk about the price guide. The price guide that I'm going to present you with today is going to be based on the series that Paul Reed Smith offers in current production. It's actually great. You can even go to Paul Reed Smith's website, and in the product info tab, they'll give you the current year catalog to check out exactly what's in production. But I'm going to make it even easier by adding prices and some details that will help guide your decisions as you break into the world of Paul Reed Smith, or as you buy your next Paul Reed Smith as an already avid super fan of the brand. Drop a comment as we go and let us know your experience with Paul Reed Smith guitars. Do you have a collection? Do you not have any? Do you know a lot, a little, or nothing about Paul Reed Smith? I'm going to make this guide as straightforward and simple as it comes, so let's break into it right now with the Paul Reed Smith price guide. I'm going to present this buyer's guide by series, and then by guitar model, and then have you understand that within each of the guitar models there's oftentimes variations, feature variations. Things like maybe it has a Floyd Rose instead of the PRS trem, or a piezo pickup, or maybe it's hollow body or semi-hollow body instead of solid. I'll get there as we kind of go through these models, but let's kick it off by looking at the series. From low to high, we're going to be looking today at the SE Series, the S2 Series, CE bolt-on, and then the Core Series. Core at the top. Only thing higher than that is going to be private stock, which we'll leave for a different video. So let's look first at the SE Series, which is budget-friendly import guitar, but Paul Reed Smith has a dedicated facility in Indonesia that does nothing except make their SE Series. Very top-notch, high-quality guitars at great prices. SE stands for Student Edition. And so these are going to be typically in the price range of about $650 up to maybe $1,200. I'll go through the models and then I'll list the price and some of the features here as well. So within the SE Series, the main guitar models that we're going to be looking at are the SE Standard, Custom, McCarty. There's a few others, including an extended range, which is very cool. But it's typically, you're going to be looking at the Standard, Custom, McCarty, and then the Artist Signature models. So let's dive in first to the Standards, because that represents the most budget-friendly entry-level price into Paul Reed Smith. You have the SE Standard 24, which is the entry-level price at $649. You have the SE Standard 2408, which has additional coil tapping and electronics capabilities. You have the SE Mira and the SE Starless Stoptail. The SE Starless Stoptail should be noted that it's the one of these four that have a wide fat neck instead of the wide thin neck found on the others I just listed. It was also exciting news when the SE line introduced McCarty models. McCarty is the homage and tribute that Paul Reed Smith makes through his guitars, through his connection and passing of knowledge from Ted McCarty of Gibson, Gibson's golden years, inventor of guitars like the Les Paul, the 335, Flying V, and many more iconic designs. Paul Reed Smith tapped his knowledge and hired him on as a consultant and a friend to advise PRS as they were making guitars throughout the history of the company. Now available in the SE line, you have three choices to choose from in the McCarty line. You have the SE McCarty 594, the McCarty 594 single cut, and the McCarty 594 single cut standard. All right, we talk standards, which has a mahogany body. When you dress that up and enter the level of custom, you're adding a maple cap to the mahogany body. Let's check out the SE custom offerings. You have the SE Custom 24, SE Custom 2408 with the additional electronics capabilities, and then an SE Custom 24 with a Floyd Rose, which is a cool option if you want it. If you want 22 frets, there's a Custom 22 that's offered in a semi-hollow configuration. One honorable mention to the extended range baritone, which is very cool. That's the SE 277. 277 standing for the 27.7-inch scale length, and that's going to be tuned from a low B to B. And it's a great kind of way to shake up your guitar collection. The extended range guitar will have a wide fat neck, but all the customs I listed will all sport wide thin necks. If it's specifically a hollow body that you're after, you have four options. You have the hollow body standard, the hollow body standard piezo pickup for an acoustic sound, the SE hollow body 2, and then the SE hollow body 2 with also the piezo pickup. And then to wrap up the SE affordable collection of guitars, some of the most exciting can be found in the Artist Series collection. PRS calls these the signature models, and they include artist models like the John Mayer Silver Sky SE, the SE Mark Tremonti, the SE Zach Myers, the Santana. The Santana SE actually kicked off the SE line in 2001. That was the very first guitar that debuted the SE import guitars, and Santana put his name on it, so that's got to tell you something. Then there's the Mark Holcomb, the Mark Holcomb 7-string, there's Paul's guitar, and the DGT. Drop a comment on which of the SE series guitars you already have in your collection or which ones you're thinking about buying. Would love to know your experience, and if you're in the market for any of the SE guitars, remember to use our purchase link in the description. When you buy using our link, it supports us directly, so thanks to all of you who have bought guitars. Now we're going to be moving on to the American-made guitars in the Stevensville, Maryland plant at PRS. First, looking at the S2 line. So S2 stands for Stevensville 2. That was a second production line that was added to the factory in 2013 to give people guitars of a professional quality made in America, but at a more affordable price than the Core Series. Because the issue that PRS had is you had the very expensive Core Series and then the very budget-friendly SE Series and really nothing in between. So on the S2 Series, you're going to see great examples of guitars with maybe just a little bit less cosmetic appointments or satin finishes or ways to save some money and make it more affordable for a professional level player. Great guitars and great options. And again, we're going to be looking at that trio of PRS models to keep in mind: the Custom, the Standard, and the McCarty. There's two S2 Customs. There's the Custom 24 and the Custom 2408, again with the extra electronics. 3 McCartys to choose from. You have the S2 McCarty 594, the S2 McCarty 594 single cut, and then the 594 thin line. It should be mentioned that the 594 thin line has a patterned thin neck, whereas the 594 McCarty and the 594 single cut McCarty are going to have that vintage patterned neck shape. Speaking of Custom and McCarty, there's also a 10th anniversary edition of each of these. Really nice. It's going to put you at the highest price point of the S2 line, but you get to choose from the 10th anniversary limited McCarty 594 or the 10th anniversary limited Custom 24. All right, let's move on to the Standard. And there's lots of options because the Standard is split in 2 distinct ways: gloss nitro finish or satin nitro finish. Satin will save you some money because the time to make the satin finish takes less coats of nitro, and so it saves a little bit of production time, saving you some money. Let's look at the satin options first. You'll have the Standard 24 with a patterned thin neck, Satin 22 with the regular pattern neck, and then the Vela and the Vela semi-hollow, both with regular pattern necks. And then those 4 that I just mentioned, you can also dress up with full gloss nitro finish. So again, you can choose from the gloss Standard 24, gloss Standard 22, gloss Vela, or the gloss Vela semi-hollow. All right, leaving S2 series, working our way up to Core, but there's one in between, and that is the CE bolt-on series. If you see CE in the name, it stands for Classic Electric, and it's referring to a bolt-on neck. All right, with the CE24, there's really 4 different iterations of it. You have the CE24 with a pattern thin neck, CE24 semi-hollow, and then if you're after a Floyd Rose or a hardtail version of the CE24, you'll want to look for Dusty Waring's name next to it. Those are signature models: Dusty Waring CE24 Floyd Rose, and then one with the hardtail as well. Speaking of signature artist models within the bolt-on, the Fiore, which is a very cool collaboration from the guitarist from Snarky Puppy, and then the biggest and best for last, the John Mayer Silver Sky, part of the bolt-on collection. The Silver Sky you can find in 2 iterations, either with a rosewood fretboard or a maple fretboard. Definitely also worth pointing out that the Silver Sky has that 635 JM neck carve, which is a great neck carve, and it's based on the 1963-1964 Strat that John Mayer likes the most, and it's kind of an in-between, and having played it, it's just a really comfortable neck shape, so they did a knockout job on that. All right, those are the bolt-on options. Now we're going back to set neck, and we're going top shelf because the Core line represents the quintessential Paul Reed Smith offerings of the highest level. There's private stock guitars, but we'll leave that for another video. This is top shelf regular production when we're talking about Core models from PRS. One kind of caveat or warning as you shop Core: The price is gonna change based on the quality of the maple top. If it has a maple top, you could be paying significantly more for what they call a 10 top. So you'll see kind of the production run in the regular maple cap, or you could potentially add money to the price in order to get a better 10 top, more flamed out maple top. So just keep that in mind as you're shopping, because that's why you'll see prices jump higher compared to some of these that I'll list as the basic starting point. Core is gonna break down as the customs, the McCartys, some specialty that kind of defy category, and then your artist signature models. Let's look at the custom first. This is the quintessential Paul Reed Smith guitar, the Custom 24, now in its third generation, the one that kind of kicked it all off. So you can look at the Core Custom, the Custom 2408, additional electronics capabilities, the Custom 24 with the piezo acoustic pickup, and also the Custom 24 with a Floyd Rose if you really want to hit the dive bombs. Some specialty models in here are pretty cool. You have the Special Semi-Hollow, the Studio, and the Modern Eagle 5. One that was just discontinued but still available while supplies remain, at least in 2023, is the 509 model. For the Core McCarty, remember this is that tribute to Ted McCarty, and the McCarty model kind of says it all. Here you have the McCarty 594, and you can also get the 594 single cut. It's a pretty amazing story with the PRS single cuts, because PRS actually had to go to court with Gibson. Initially, they lost the right to make a guitar with a single cut, but that was overturned in 2005. So PRS has again been making single cut guitars ever since 2005, when an upper court overturned the decision by a lower court. And I don't know if this will make the video, but the upper court famously said it would take an idiot to confuse the Gibson and PRS models. I thought that was pretty funny. One more iteration of the McCarty 594, you can dress it up as the Hollow Body 2. And if you're also looking for another hollow body option, you can get the Hollow Body 2, the piezo pickup in it. For the Core Series signature artist models, we have 4 to choose from. We have the DGT David Grissom, the Mark Tremonti, the Santana Retro. Retro meaning, you know, Santana actually had multiple PRS guitars before the facility ever existed, the production factory ever existed. And so sometimes they have some pre-production specs that are pretty cool, so they kind of combined an offering and called it the Santana Retro. He was a big, big reason why PRS has the brand recognition that it has today. He was an early adopter when PRS was pounding the pavement and trying to get his way backstage to impress rock stars with his guitars, and it worked. The final one, a fitting tribute to the man himself, is just called Paul's Guitar. Kind of has Paul's preferences built into a Core signature model that is preferred by Paul Reed Smith himself. That's a wrap on the electric guitar offerings. PRS also offers acoustic guitars, guitar amps, guitar pedals, basses, even their own custom strings now. So one thing that has defined Paul Reed Smith and PRS as a guitar company, it's usually summed up as being uncompromising when it comes to quality. You can see how the decision to make your own pickups in-house, decision to make your own strings, to source all of your own wood with the amount of care that goes into their process, they're serious about being an American guitar company that delivers exceptionally high quality guitars. And you see it every time one comes out of the box. Just beautiful, breathtaking design and woods. Drop a comment and let us know your favorite features. What's in your Paul Reed Smith collection? Which guitar are you eyeing next? And remember, when you're ready to buy, use our purchase link in our description. When you buy using our link, it supports our channel directly. So thanks for doing that. Can't wait to hear from you in the comments. Drop your questions. Check out our other buyer's guides on brands like Gibson, Epiphone, Fender, and Squier. And watch for more Paul Reed Smith demos on the channel soon. I'm John, that's Zach. Thanks for watching Play and Trade Guitars. As always, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.